to see you, community. Pastor Brad here with another daily Bible reading. We are just always so thankful and excited that you guys enjoy these things. So, with that being said, today we are in Colossians chapter 1, verses 15 through 23. Join me as I read it. It says, "The Son is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn over all creation. For in him all things were created, things in heaven and on earth, visible and invisible. Whether thrones or powers or rulers or authorities, all things have been created through him and for him. He is before all things, and in him all things hold together. He is the head of the body, the church. He is the beginning and the firstborn from among the dead, so that in everything he might have the supremacy. For God was pleased to have all his fullness dwell in him, and through him to reconcile to himself all things, whether things on earth or in heaven, by making peace through his blood shed on the cross. Once you were alienated from God and were enemies in your minds because of your evil behavior. But now he has reconciled you by Christ's physical body through death to present you holy in his sight, without blemish and free from accusation. If you continue in your faith, established and firm, and do not move from the hope held out in the gospel, this is the gospel that you have heard and that has been proclaimed to every creature under heaven, and of which I, Paul, have become a servant." Whew, that's a lot of verses, and that is a massive text. There's so much that we can talk about, but essentially, this passage is all about Jesus. It's what it comes down to, the person of Jesus. And if Jesus is central to everything, it stands to reason that it's through Jesus we change, that we transform, that we grow. He's the hinge point to it all. Now, I'm not unnecessarily bashing self-help and self-improvement plans and things like that. Like, I myself have quite a few books and have taken classes in 7 Habits of Highly Effective People and 4 Ways to Help Your Budgeting and 2 Central Things to be a leader. All those, and they all have their proper place, and they can all be really helpful. But if you want lasting soul change, if you want to chase that unicorn, it's about Jesus. It's about going back always to the person of Jesus. In fact, in verse 17 in this passage, it's like the one thing that stuck out in my mind as I was reading. It said that in him all things are held together. He holds all things together, which literally means that it's Christ who sustains the universe, maintains power and balance that are necessary to life's existence and continuity. I mean, if that's what it means to hold all things together, I'm assuming that this Jesus person is super central to everything we're doing. That it begins with him, it ends with him, and everything in the middle is about pointing us back to him. And so the invitation today is, what if for just today, instead of chasing what's momentary, instead of chasing what could be fleeting, instead of chasing just what's pleasurable or what's easy, what if you chased Jesus? Now, I know that's like easier said than done, and there's a lot of different ways in which that could happen. But it might look like simply starting your day by either praying or saying the statement out loud and just saying, "Jesus, I'm chasing you today." What if it was as simple as that? Or what if that's the first step? "Jesus, I'm chasing you today. It's about you. I know I'm changed because of you. Jesus, I'm chasing you today. You're my focus. It's through your gospel. Change me into your gospel." What if it just started with some kind of simple statement that was like that? Of course, you can make it your own words, but you're going to still face normal stuff today. You're going to have to make hard decisions and decisions about parenting and budgeting and maybe even, deal with colleagues and coworkers. But maybe you face those moments with a little bit more intention rather than not. I'm excited to see what's going to happen today in each of our lives as we are more intentional about saying, look, it is all about Jesus. It is Jesus that we're chasing after. Love you guys. See you soon.